Fantasy Philosophers is brought to you by fantasy-info.com.
Rackers didn't receive many opportunities last year to convert field goals for fantasy owners, as Kurt Warner and the Cardinals offense seemed to be going more for touchdowns, and then obviously remember that Rackers had an injury at the end of the year and missed a couple of games there at the end. He did return for the playoffs and he played pretty good at that time, but still the Cardinals decided to go with Jay Feely this offseason over Rackers for the future, and that left Rackers as a free agent this offseason. In April, Rackers signed with the Houston Texans and will now be in a kickoff with Kris Brown this offseason to see who will be the team's kicker. In all likelihood, Rackers will probably end up winning the job because Kris Brown missed 11 field goals of his 32 opportunities last year, and he really missed some crushing end of the game play, field goal tries for them to really that could have put that team easily in the playoffs last year. And even though I believe Brown's been the kicker for the Texans throughout the history of their franchise, and that's probably again why they haven't really released him just yet. They probably want to give him one more try to see if he can win the job and make sure probably that Rackers is healthy going into the season before they X him off the team. Look for Rackers to probably win the job, and if he does, he should be a good, decent fantasy kicker for your team this year, as he's in a great offense. Again, Kris Brown did have about 32 opportunities last year, and Rackers should have over 30 opportunities on this team, as this team likes to move. They move the ball a lot. They give their kicker opportunities. Rackers doesn't really have the deep, strong leg that he used to have at a younger age, but he's still can be a productive fantasy kicker for your team again. There may be a lot of teams where he may not be drafted this summer because it may come down to the final. We don't know. It may come down to even the last few days of the preseason and just before we start the season, before they make a final decision on who's going to be the kicker on this team. We just don't know. People won't maybe know if he's going to be the starting kicker or not, so they may not draft him in leagues. And then even if he does win the job, he may not get drafted in certain leagues. So keep those things in mind, but as the season moves along, he should be a productive player. If the guy you drafted isn't getting it done, you're looking for other options.
For more fantasy football information, go to fantasy-info.com and sign up for our free e-newsletter. Good luck in your 2010 Fantasy Football League. As an added bonus, the Fantasy Info guys will include their 5 secret tips for success in fantasy.